Christian, let's have a talk. You call me out on YouTube and Instagram. No attack, just logic. You said, Jesus was a real person. It's been peer-reviewed, verified by historians. The Bible is old and accurate, and his real name is Yeshua. Cool. Let's go line by line, because belief isn't proof, and we're going to separate the two. 1. Jesus was a real historical person. Debunk. There is no first-hand evidence of Jesus, not a single eyewitness account written during his lifetime, not even from the people who supposedly followed him. The Gospels, written 100 years after he supposedly died, by anonymous authors, not Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John. That's not history, that's hearsay. 2. Historians verified him. Debunk. Nope, they didn't. Let's break it down. Tacitus, c. 116 CE, wrote about Christians being punished by Nero, mentions Christ, but didn't witness anything. He was born decades after Jesus supposedly died. Josephus, c. 93 CE, the only passage that talks about Jesus, Testimonium Flavianum, is widely considered to be a later Christian forgery added into his work. Suetonius mentions disturbances by Chrestus, but it's unclear who that even refers to, and again, he wasn't a witness. None of these are primary sources. They're all second-hand mentions written after Christianity already existed. 3. The Bible is old and verified, so it must be true. Debunk. Yes, the Bible is old. So is the Epic of Gilgamesh, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, and Greek mythology. Age truth. The Bible is a collection of stories, written and edited by unknown authors over centuries, with thousands of contradictions, translation errors, and missing books. Being old doesn't make it factual. It just means it survived, and was politically protected. 4. His name is actually Yeshua. Debunk. Right, and that actually adds to the issue. If Jesus' real name was Yeshua, and his people spoke Aramaic, not Greek or English, why are we calling on a name that never existed in his lifetime? Jesus is the result of Greek, Jesus, Latin, English translation. There is no J sound in Hebrew or Aramaic, so even if he did exist, modern Christians are literally worshiping a mistranslated name. 5. Well, we can't prove Caesar or George Washington existed either. Debunk. Actually, we can. Caesar left behind coins, statues, legal documents, writings in his own hand, and was mentioned by multiple first-hand sources from his lifetime. George Washington has letters, artifacts, portraits, military orders, eyewitness accounts, and a mountain of physical evidence. Not a debate. You can't compare mythical oral tradition to documented, recorded history. That argument falls apart the second you look at the receipts. 6. We can't prove your great-great-grandmother either. Debunk. I may not have a photo, but I have birth records, death certificates, DNA, family trees, oral history, and lineage that can be traced. And she wasn't claiming to be God, walking on water, or rising from the dead. You're comparing a regular ancestor to a supernatural deity with zero evidence and asking us to treat both claims the same. That's not logic. That's desperation. Final thought. Belief is not proof. Tradition is not evidence. Repetition doesn't equal truth. If Jesus really existed, where's the contemporary evidence? Not centuries later church writings. Not hearsay. Hard proof, like every other real person in history. Until then, you're not defending a man. You're defending a story.